Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. And the other day I saw a one-legged man at the ATM. He was checking his balance. Alongside of me is the fairway finder himself, Ollie DePina. And Ollie ate some bad alphabet soup, and he had a vowel movement. Vowel movement. This is episode 73 of the KO Disc Golf Show. Episode 73 is the Tentacruel episode. Players wear the number 73. We got Dennis Rodman on the Lakers. Red Sox for the number 73, Hunter Dobbins. Mariners for the number 73, we got Logan Evans. And Ollie, hit us with the Giants.
I got a decent amount, but I'm going to do just my favorite, kind of most recent, hilarious Evan Neal. Number 73 for the Giants currently.
All right. KO question of the week. Would you rather find a pot of gold or would you rather find pirate treasure? However you find it is totally up to you, but which would you rather find? Ollie, how you doing, man? What's new in the boozoo?
What's new in the boozoo? I
I
like
was like, I
that.
totally messed that one up. What's new in the zoo boo?
Hey, what's booing the zoo? I'm doing well. I had a big bike ride today, so I'm a little exhausted. We're recording this Monday night, so because I work tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna get the editing done, so it'll be ready for y'all tomorrow, Tuesday, when you're viewing this. But enjoyed the Labor Day. My uncle's wedding was this weekend, so that was like really fun. I think I stayed in the worst hotel I possibly have ever stayed in my entire life.
Where
It
was this?
was this was in Olympia. I'm not It was like the Red Lion Inn or something. And I
Okay.
remember looking it up vaguely, and they're like, there's some bad reviews, and they're just like, they don't really care. They're getting a renovation, so like, what's now is not it. And I just had to like, there's so many things I kind of had to just like, I see and then like look away from and be like, I didn't see that kind of thing. Whereas like, I just got to get through. And it kind of started off just like off on the wrong foot. We walk in, and it was kind of warm, not too bad, but he was like, "Yeah, we have no AC in the building. If you want to cancel, we can get you a full refund." And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go and like to the rehearsal in like 30 minutes. It's okay, like it's fine." Like Roxy was like, "My place doesn't have AC, and it's all good, you know." And I'm like, this is not it." And yeah, just kind of like dirty ish, like kind of like dingy. The like shower like outer thing was like kind of peel it. I was just like, oh yeah, this is not it for me. But
Yeah.
I was like too in it to like go get a new one where I was like, fuck it, we're balling, and I enjoyed it a little bit. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It's there's definitely like I don't know. When you book a hotel, you're like, hey, there's like a reasonable amount of grime that's going to be in that place because people are just like sleeping there. You know, random people are sleeping there all the time.
Yeah,
But when you go into a place and you're like, oh, I kind of just don't feel totally comfortable here, that sucks.
yeah,
You know, and air conditioning for me, like that is like that's the core of why I ever get a hotel room is to put that AC as low as we can go. You know, if I get in bed and I have to put on a sweater to get in bed and tuck under the blankets, perfect. I
yeah.
love it. You
That's
know,
my
so
favorite thing. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm staying at my friend Connor's house, and he has some nice AC, and so I've been cranking that thing at night and having it. It's so nice. That's how I do it. I always got fans on. I had a fan. They had a nice window, so I had the fan kind of propped up on the window. It got good airflow. But
hmm
yeah, it was an interesting experience. And then yeah, I'm just
yeah,
kind of recovering from this weekend and didn't really plan on doing. It was 43 miles with 1,000 like 500 feet of elevation, so it was like my legs are just like, yeah, I was crushed for a little bit. So I need definitely, if I'm gonna do that again, need to like prepare and have fuel or just like make a stop would have been good. So
that's
gonna
crazy.
gonna
That's
be a
so
little better
far.
at that. It was fun
That's
though. I
so
had a good
that's
time.
so far. Unreal, dude. Unreal.
How are you doing, Curb?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, kind of. I mean, like we said, Monday night. So, played the final round of Washington State's this morning. It was like kind of a late turnaround last night to this morning too, because so after my round yesterday, like I played really bad yesterday, being Sunday. So afterwards, I wanted to throw some more shots, and I kind of did that up until the point where it was getting kind of dark, and then I got in the car to get home, and there was just like a bunch of accidents all on my way
Oh.
home. Like Kent and Auburn all had like they had like two or three accidents on the way. And I was going to pick up my wife Ellie at her mom's house, to come home, and yeah, it ended up taking like I don't know, my hour drive from Stellicum ended up taking like an hour 45, almost 2 hours because we're just in standstill traffic for a really really long time. So between that and then waking up early and making it down to the course, early this morning too, is just a really quick turnaround. Which I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to do that too often, but yeah, definitely feeling tired today. I fell asleep on the couch. I was like watching a wrestling match with the one of the cats was cuddled up on me, and I woke up an hour later and I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" And it was what like I really needed that. It felt really really nice. So, um, yeah. So funny. Last week on the show we did the um snack food like road trip draft, and I had mentioned how I like eating Cool Ranch Doritos and pretzels together in one bite, and I said I wish that they did pretzels with Cool Ranch powder on them. And so we're playing round one, and I got the fucking goat on the bag, Chuck Knudsen. So Grant and Pierce come up and Chuck's on the bag and they go, "Hey, do you have room in your bag for another snack?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he busts out a bag of pretzel rods that have Cool Ranch Doritos flavor on them. And I was like, "No way." And Grant goes, "That was too good of an idea to not exist." He goes, "I found them." And I go, "Oh my God." And I immediately like rip open the bag and like eat one, and they're awesome. And they're so good. And I was like, "Have you guys tried them?" He goes, "Oh yeah, we had some." And I was like, "Oh man." So like Chuck tries some, and they're awesome. And I ate the whole bag on my way home that night. Like they're really 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 good. So big shout out to Grant. Thank you so much, Grant and Pierce, coming out for the tournament and like hooking me up with those pretzels because they were like genuinely that is like one of my new favorite snacks. They're so tasty,
How nice
so good.
too. That's so
Yeah, so
cool.
nice of him. Genuinely like just so kind of him. So really really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I got to the course pretty early this morning, and Grant and Pierce got to the course the same time I did. And Grant was like, "Oh, I told Pierce he could throw a few holes and get out there." So I ended up playing the front nine with them this morning. And Grant is such a good guy, and Pierce is such a great kid, and he's gonna be such a talented disc golfer. Like you see it, and he is genuinely like excited about disc golf. Like he wants to watch disc golf. Like he wants to play disc golf. He wants to throw. He's watching people throw, and he's got this little bit of like he's got kind of the right amount of kind of swag and attitude where he's like we're talking about Chinook Challenge this weekend, and he signed up for ME4, and he goes, "I'm gonna win," and he just has that like determination where I'm like, you might actually, if you do, I would not be surprised. So, he's going to be one of the best players in the state in a decade. He's only 10 years old, but he's going to be as good as he wants to be, and play as long as he wants to. And he and I were talking, and he's like, "What should I be doing, to get like sponsored and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Just keep doing what you're doing and have fun with it, and keep playing and practice, and enjoy the process of it all, kind of deal. Because that alone, and just kind of keep him involved, kind of deal." But yeah, that I see that like kind of like light in his eye, and I see that like determination, and I'm like, man, he's going to be really, really good, really, really good. So it's going to be cool to watch him, kind of grow up in his next, 10 years or so. Yeah, having Chuck on the bag too, that was awesome. Chuck's the man, as always. I could not believe it on Saturday when I showed up and I saw his car in the parking lot, and I was like, "Bro, you're still here. You played a really early round." He's, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out. You want a caddy?" And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, you already played 18. I think he played at 18 holes earlier, and I was like, I'm playing at 27. He goes, "Yeah, I'll be all right." It's like, okay,
Goat.
dude, the best. So he's out there and he caddied for me round one and round two, and then everybody had a shotgun start round three, so he couldn't. But I was like, unreal, dude. I could not believe that was that he was like, "Yeah, let's go." And he's like, dude, that guy's an Iron Man. Like I I wish at what is he? I think he's like 65. I think he told me. I wish at 65 I'm able to walk, you know, two and a half courses,
Oh yeah.
at that right. Like that's incredible. So, He's the best though. It's just always really really cool hanging out with him, and he kind of gives me the warm fuzzies too because he tells me all the time. He's like, "Oh yeah," he goes, I see what you're doing there." He goes, "And I watch you, and I'm picking up on the stuff you're doing." So he started doing the thing where like I press like my mini, like I clear out where my mini's gonna go down, so I can put my mini flat, and then I take my disc and I like clear out the space with the disc of like where I'm gonna put my foot to mark my lie and that kind of stuff. Just like if there's debris and stuff. And he goes, "And I see you doing that." He goes, "And I see Colin and Dallas doing that." He goes, "So I started doing that," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." Like we're getting them. So, and I like giving Chuck discs, like Discmania discs, all the time too, because I'm slowly but surely pushing all of the Discraft discs out of his bag, and his bag is becoming more and more Discmania over time. So that also feels pretty good. So yeah. All right, we're gonna jump right into the baseball check-in. It's been a really fun week for the Red Sox. We
Oh,
did just kind of get embarrassed by the Pirates. We lost 2 out of 3 to them, which is Pirates suck. They're just like not a great baseball team. But we had this rookie come up, and I have not been this excited about a pitching prospect rookie in like for the Red Sox in forever. His name is Peyton Tolley. And Ollie, if you haven't seen a picture of him, go ahead and Google a picture of him. He's 22 years old. He is like a big old like Oklahoma boy with that big old mustache. Like I want to nominate Peyton Tolley for the Hot Boy list of the KO Disc Golf Show because like he came out, he's firing that fastball 99, 98 on the black, basically just like here's what I got. You guys cannot hit it, and it was awesome, and he was so fun to watch too because this kid was drafted last year. He was in college. In 2024, he was pitching in college. So now to be in Major League Baseball and watching balls get hit by him, and there was a play where Alex Bregman dove to his right, grabbed the ball in foul territory, and then fired across the diamond and got the guy out in first. And the whole time he's like, and just smiling and like having fun with it. And he's legit. He's going to be on the Red Sox for a really long time, so I'm really pumped about Peyton Tolley. Um, and yeah, Red Sox basically just tied with the Yankees at second place. We're like 2.5 games back of the Blue Jays. And we extended number 44, our closer, Aroldis Chapman. So we got him for next year as well. He's pitching really, really good. I have kind of mixed feelings about him because he's kind of a garbage person.
a little bit of a
But
POS, but
yeah,
like
but
generational talent.
yeah, so it's kind of like that's like a weird like I don't really like rooting for him, but also I kind of like what he's doing for the Red Sox. So there's kind of a little, you know,
Yeah.
kind of take what you can out of it. So
Yeah, the Mariners, we're just not winning series like we need to, especially to teams that are like in that like bubble for getting the wild card, it feels like. Um, Dropping 2 games to the Guardians, dropping a game to the Padres, like dropping a game to the Athletics, and then the Phillies. I mean, that was last week though, but it's it's just not the time you want to see like you don't want to be going 5-5 in your last 10 games when teams like the Rangers are going 9-1 their last 10 games and they're only like a 2 games back from the wild card right now. So it's
mhm.
just kind of like a scary time a bit where it's like it really got a lot closer than it needed to be. Um, yeah, just kind of it seemed like we just slowed down a little bit. Just like this week, these last 10 games have been a little
Mhm.
bit uninspiring. We're just not playing well away. Our road
Yeah,
record's just down. Our home record's awesome and fine. But yeah, just a
Cal's
little uninspiring.
Cal's got like 51, 52 homers now, I think.
Yeah, it's the Cal counter.
So he's up there. I mean, I love the Cal or Aaron Judge MVP talk for the year. And I still think, looking at the raw stats, I don't know, it might be Aaron Judge, but that's only like raw stats. I think Cal being a catcher stands for so much and should hold a
He's
lot more
still at
weight.
50. He hasn't home run since 50.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Yeah,
I
that's what
mean,
I
him,
thought. Which is so it's just like yeah, it feels like we're at a standstill with that. But
yeah,
I feel like it's not the worst time, as long as we are able to win games down the stretch and get that wild card, it would be pretty sweet.
yeah.
Did you see the Mets pitcher debut? that debuted?
Mm-hmm.
Jonah Tong. He's he's really you should watch after the show. Let me send you a clip of him or something. But he's 22 years old and he's from Canada, and he his pitching style and like the way he's on the mound just is so. I, I was like, welcome back, Tim Lincecum. It was so
Okay.
exciting. He's so good. He's
One
like
of those.
so exciting. I was like,
Sweet.
wow.
Yeah.
Um, he doesn't. If a ball makes contact with the bat, he wants it out of play, even if there's an out with it. Like there is like a he like I was like it's he just does these little things that are so like, and he just looks like I don't know.
Yeah.
I will talk some more about him, but he'll be someone for a really long time. I think in the MLB, I'm excited about. But
That's
you
cool.
know,
I like eccentric players like that. I think too many guys try to act like they've been there too much. Where like even I was talking about Peyton Tolley, afterwards they give him an interview and he goes, "This is really cool," and he's like everybody around me is like really good. This is incredible, and that's the kind of thing where it's like, hey man, you're 22, 23 years old. It's okay to be like, this is awesome. Holy
yeah,
crap! I can't believe I'm here. So I love that stuff. I'm pumped. I'm pumped about all that.
yeah.
All right, jumping right into the tournament recap presented by Emerald City Discs. Emerald City Discs, the gem of the Pacific Northwest. We had Washington State Championship, the 50th annual Washington State Championships, Doug Newland Memorial. This was happening down at Fort Steilacoom the last couple of days, ran by Matt Van Dusen and Danny Priest being the assistant tournament director. Uh, Overall, really well ran event. I'll say I didn't see any real issues. I mean, there's like bees and stuff like that, but that's not. I mean, that what are you gonna do, man?
Yeah,
Some bees
it's
pop
just
up.
the
There's
end of the
nothing.
summer. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
There was actually. We didn't before we really even get into the full recap, but on hole 15 of Northwest, which is the par four out there was bees in the tree that was directly to the right of the tee pad. Where
oh,
if you stood on the tee pad, they started swarming around you,
that's a little
and
yeah.
that was a real fun. Like everybody basically just set up like I don't know in the like by the bench. You would kind of stand there and kind of do like your line up, and you would come up and you would throw, and as soon as you would throw, you would just jump left and get and
That's
bail
so
bail
funny.
out of there. It was definitely an experience for sure. It was really really funny to watch. I know like Dallas said he had some issues. Caleb, being the freaking monster he is, I played with Caleb today. Caleb just like stood on the tee pad and like is going like this, like thinking about it, and they're swarming around. And we're watching them like get all around him. He's just like lining up a shot. We're all sitting there thinking, man, you're such an animal, absolute savage. Um, this is the Washington State Championships is the oldest running state championships in the country. I guess technically the world at that point because
Yeah,
this is the only country that has state championships. Um, and I found out today that oh, I wish I could remember what state. It was like Alabama or something like that. Apparently, they did Washington State championships like 2 weeks before the Alabama State championships, and that's how
we're
they
number
got
one.
the very first one, but only by 2 weeks or so, which is pretty incredible, I think. Um, get into the winners here. Winning MPO was Dallas Garber. He's on a really really sick tear. I believe this is his third straight. Yeah, this is his third A tier in a row that he's won.
Wow.
Between Washington, this is yeah he won. Um, oh sorry, this is his fourth A tier in a row. He won the All Day Disc Golf Presents Columbia Cup. He won the Apex Open, sponsored by MVP. He won the Rose City Open, sponsored by Stumptown, and then he just won Washington State. So that's four eight years in a row. Really, really
Yeah,
impressive streak and run out of him. I will say, just playing with him yesterday and seeing him over the last few years, he's really grown up in the last few years, has matured extremely well. He's really round out his game on that side of it super super well, and it's really impressive. I mean, he's gonna be going to the pro tour very soon, and he's gonna be pretty successful, I think,
yeah.
relatively quick. So it's really cool to watch. Coming in second in MPO is little Matteo Condalucci, and third place is Colin Bryant. Colin and Dallas had a really, really crazy, big like swing back and forth during round two, especially at the end.
Hmm.
So definitely check out Fairway Media. Watch all three rounds, especially you should especially pay attention to Dallas and to Colin round two, and then pay attention to Dallas, Colin, and Lil Mateo round three. You can fast forward through all of my shots round two. Don't even worry about them. Don't even. I wasn't there. Don't. It's fine. Yeah. Um, Winning FPO was Allison Mabbutt. She beat out Jennifer Rice and Brandy Cargill. I believe this is her second or third year in a row now that she's won Washington State
Wow.
Championships FPO. So really incredible run out of her. Matteo Condalucci won MP40, Little Mateo's father, beating out Matt Kane, Keone Kahala, and Daniel Glass, who all tied for second. Keone, Team ECD member, nice job there. Winning MP50 is Hank Kerwin, beating out Ben Phillips, and Chris May and Dan Lilly tying for third. Really nice seeing Chris May coming up here for the event. Steve Bell beat out James Eustace for in a playoff to win MP60, so that's very cool. A little
Wow.
playoff action going on there. Janice Z. Jones beat out Christine Eustace for FP60. Kurt Bain beat Steve Simmons and Mark Horn for MP70. Rhonda Snyder beat out Sue Horn for FP70, and it was really cool getting to meet Rhonda. I actually kind of just bumped into her this morning, and I saw her and I was like, "Are you Rhonda?" She goes, "I am." I was like, "Hi, I'm Kirby." I was like, "I'm the other Snyder in the field." So and it was just a fun like, oh, it's just cool to meet somebody that also has the same last name as you.
Yeah.
Even if it is a pretty common last name, all things considered. Winning MA1, really, really pumped for him. Congratulations to Jonah Helmick. He is an awesome kid. I believe he's like 17 or 18 or so. He comes in the shop all the time. Just really awesome kid. Comes from awesome parents who are also in the community and just super supportive of him. So really cool. I believe this is his first MA1 win, and I was already kind
Wow.
of razzing him, being like, "All right, when are you coming up to MPO?" I'm like, when am I gonna start seeing you? When am I seeing an MPO, man? He's like, I want to get a couple more MA wins. So I told him, I was like, as soon as I see you win your third MA win, MA3 tournament, I was like, I want to see you bump up. That's it, man. After three, especially winning an A tier, you got nothing left to prove down there. Unless
Yeah.
he wants to go to like amateur worlds or something, then it's a totally different
Yeah.
conversation. But um, at that point, even still,
Playing
come on up.
MPO and just declining. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, so but congratulations to him. Really, really awesome. He beat out Jason Meckham and Tristan Keller and Ryan Anderson, who tied for third. Hannah Keller won FA1, beating out Leilani Battle. Adam Croft beat out Dan O'Brien and Brian Douglas for MA40. Congratulations to Brian Douglas. Big fan of him. I play with him once in a while in our. I have like an old man CTAC group that I meet up with like once a week or a couple times a month kind of deal. Uh, T Bex.
T-Max.
Congratulations to T Bex. Bex Warge won FA40. Jared Keister beat out Ted Coulard and Bruce Sweeney Weavered in the MA50 position or MA50 division. And Grant Toshi beat out Maddie N and Dave Kalata, who tied for second, with the fucking GOAT, Chuck Knudsen and Marty Smith tying for fourth place. So congratulations to all of our Washington State champions. It's a huge thing. Nobody can ever take that title away from you. You're forever going to be a state champion. So that is very cool for everybody there. Very, very good job. And then also happening this weekend was the first induction of the Washington State Hall of Fame. There's a lot of work kind of put in on the backside by a lot of people. I noticed Eric Edgerton. Just I kind of saw him going around, and I know he put a lot of work in the backside. So I just want to give a quick thank you to him, and for the rest of the board that also put all that stuff together. I think that kind of thing is really cool. I know Washington State's one of the believe we're one of the last states to implement like legitimate or certified Hall of Fame. So very cool to just see us, kind of reach that point. And I think it's really good that we can recognize, some of the previous path pavers of disc golf or whatever you want to, kind of
Yeah.
whatever, however you want to describe them. Um, but I believe they said that the first class here was pre Stellicum. So basically, this is the 50th annual Doug or 50th annual states. I believe all 50 years have happened at Fort Stellicum. So all the people inducted in the Hall of Fame were all people that were kind of around in the disc golf area before Fort Stellicum, and then I believe next year and the years going forward, that's going to open it up to more and more people, kind of thing. But um, want to give a special shout out to Cheryl Newland, to Ralph Williamson, to Lowell Shields, Tom Lander, Shelly Morrison, and Pete Dost.
Let's
So,
go.
congratulations to all of them. Washington State Hall of Famers. Very, very cool.
It was just Lowell's birthday. I just wished him a happy birthday and was talking to him. That's
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool seeing. I haven't seen Lowell in a very long time. So it was really, really cool seeing him at the event today, and he said he's stood up and said a few words and like that kind of thing. So it was cool. Cheryl always is she's such a social butterfly. As she comes in the shop once in a while, and I'm sure if you've ever talked with Cheryl, you'll know, and you've seen her 76 tattoo, and her basket tattoo as well. So it was cool seeing her be so happy and she had her daughter there and her grandkid there. To see her get inducted in the Washington State Disc Golf Hall of Fame. So just a really cool moment for her, and it was really cool just being able to sit back and kind of spectate on all of that. So very, very cool just to watch all of it happen. All right, moving right into the tournament look ahead. This is presented by Swamp Cow Kava Bar. Love me that muddy water. All right, happening next week we have the Chinook Challenge. This is going to be at SeaTac. This is ran by Emerald City Discs. It's going to be just SeaTac OG 18, just normal 18. I think what I'm probably going to do is ask Christian to move hole 9 short. A lot of the majority of our field is going to be MA4 and MA3, so I think 9 being short will just kind of help a lot with pace of play. And it's not the easiest shot, regardless, even for MPO. Like you still got to throw a nice line. So probably be the only real change there. Um, Also happening this weekend is the Mountain High that is happening at Crystal Mountain. A lot of people really, really excited for this one. There's a lot of buzz about it. I know Caleb was saying that it's definitely one of his favorite tournaments of the year. It's one of those tournaments where there is a disc golf tournament happening, but at the same time, it's more about the camping and kind of the hangout aspect of the tournament, which is cool. So,
Yeah.
um,
On my
should
list of
be,
things to do, but not this year.
yeah, should be. I mean, dude,
I need to go
going
check the
out
course
there.
out. Yeah.
Going out there is a good time, man.
Yeah.
It is really, really fun, but it is one of those days where if you come back with any discs, not bad, because you're like throwing off the side of cliffs and stuff like that. And if you throw a disc that's a little too flippy and it flips and goes, 600 feet to the right, like what
Yeah.
do you
It's
do?
gone.
Yeah, it's gone. And there's certain areas where if you do kind of get one to kind of get up and go, she's gonna go a long, long way. So, um, it's a cool place, but disc golf tournament sounds tough. It's more one of those places I like to go and just kind of be out there for a while. So, um, all right. Also, we're gonna jump right into the weather look ahead. This is presented by AGL Discs.
Together we could reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener disc golf future.
Too clean now, man. It's too good. All right, weather look ahead. Looking at SeaTac for this week, I guess. Next couple of days looking pretty sunny. Heat's definitely coming down. I don't mind that. Looks like we got a high of like 79 on Thursday. Saturday for the tournament, we got a high of 72. We got a low of
Okay.
60. I'm seeing Right now, it says 0% chance of precipitation, so that's going to be a DWDP, or DWDG, a Darkwing Disk guarantee that we will not have rain on Saturday. Guaranteed.
We're gonna need a sound effect for that. Every time. That's so. That was awesome.
Yeah, DWDG, Darkwing Disk guarantee, no rain this Saturday at SeaTac, and if there is rain, fuck. Um, so nice. Hell yeah. All right, and then I can't find Crystal Mountain in my weather app. So, if you're out of Crystal Mountain,
It's
I don't
good.
know. Be
Probably
ready.
gonna be nice.
Yeah, we'll get ready to bring the. Maybe it's gonna rain. They're gonna get all the rain that we're not gonna get here. So I don't know. No, it's probably gonna be great over the
Weathermen
weekend. I
don't tell the
imagine.
truth half the time. We can miss on these.
Yeah. I do. I will say, that anytime I've been up there, when you get to the top of that gondola, like it is damn cold at the top of that
Mmm.
mountain. So definitely, if you are playing and you haven't played there before, just be prepared to have layers on when you first get to the top, and then be prepared to want to shed them as you're making your way down the mountain and starting to kind of sweat it out a little bit. So, okay, answering the KO question of the week, Ollie, would you rather find a pot of gold or find pirate treasure?
Big pot of gold guy. I
Okay,
think I'm big pot of gold guy.
see,
Cause
I'm all
cause
about that pirate treasure.
I think it includes seeing a leprechaun. No, or at least maybe
I
having an interaction.
can
I know
if you
that's
wanted to.
it could. And
Yeah.
then I like gold, man.
No, for sure. I mean, like, I'm just thinking,
There's a lot of
Pirates of
gold.
the
Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean made like 15 movies about how great pirate treasure is.
yeah,
So there's got to be something there. I'm down for that action. Sounds kind of cool. I mean, scurvy sounds terrible. Pirate curses sound kind of terrible, but like,
Being out in the ocean for a bunch of days just to get it.
yeah. I mean, scurvy sounds bad, but I like lemons.
I'm gonna
So,
go
and
slide
that's how
up
you.
a rainbow and then slide down it.
I've heard you've been sliding up and down plenty of rainbows. So, what you got?
No, no comments.
Yeah, I'm going pirate. Comment below though. Would you rather find a pot of gold or would you rather find pirate treasure? Um, all right, the draft this week, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But the draft this week is a really fun one. It is just old people stuff or stuff old people like. Um, Ollie, I'm gonna take the number one pick
Go
here
for it.
because I think I got one that I really like. Um, and this is okay, and maybe this is something where like my grandfather did this growing up and I always thought, man, that's awesome. I want to do that when I get older. But I just have it as McDonald's with the boys for breakfast because
Mm.
that it's such an old man thing to go to McDonald's real early. You get like whatever your sausage McMuffin and your coffee or your orange juice and sit there. And my grandpa used to pick me up in the mornings and would bring me there and I'd get my orange juice and I would be like the 3 4 year old hanging out with like the 70 year
Yep.
olds and it was such a cool vibe and I always really like that, so I'm gonna just say like McDonald or like breakfast with the boys or something like that, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yep.
kind of that's the vibe I'm going for.
All right. 2, 3.
That's right.
I think we're gonna take kind of a basic thing. I feel like as you age, you might get more of a green thumb. I feel like gardening is pretty up there with that, and I think those the older people that take care of plants. I think that's a big thing. Maybe when I'm older, I'll have more of a green thumb. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay, so gardening. All
And then
right.
my number 3 thing's a little odd, but I just really like it, so I'm gonna take it now. But it's having the exact change for what you're paying for. I think
Hell
it's
yeah, dude.
baller always. Yeah, that's what I'm just going with that.
That's a really good one. I love that. All right, so for I got number four and number five here. So for number four, I'm already here, but like closed captions, like subtitles.
Yeah, I'm a big
Like,
closed caption guy.
love it, dude. Oh man, we have it on all the TVs at our house already. I don't know if that's real old guy stuff or if that's just kind of becoming more modern. But when I think of old people, it's always the big bar at the bottom of the old
Yep.
TV that was just solid black with the white font. So yeah, closed captions is my number four pick. And then this is one I don't do enough, but I think this is great. Is dinner at 5 p.m. Having early dinner goes so hard.
I'm gonna have to one up you at this. Talking on the phone for hours is gonna be my third pick. I cannot wait to be old and just call people and not let them get off. Hostage them on the phone.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hell
And the
yeah.
second you don't pick up that phone, I'm leaving voicemails. I don't leave voicemails now, but I guarantee you, if you're not picking up for that hour-long phone call, my fourth pick is leaving a nice long voicemail for you.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I had a couple other things, but I saw those and was like, oh, it's too good.
No, that's so funny. Heck yeah, dude.
And I think that rounds my
Um,
list off. That's my fourth.
yeah, that's a good. You got a good list going there. All right, my last one here. Um, this is. I think this might be kind of disc golf specific, but if you talk to any MA to MP 40 player and above, or really anybody that's in their 30s and above, and one thing that they all have in their bag, and think that I'm kind of jealous that the older guys have, ibuprofen. And the older guys, and this more specifically, I want to draft the big ibuprofen because the older guys get like the huge tablets, and those are awesome.
They're just
I'm
hard
like,
to get
man,
down sometimes, man.
that's what I'm saying. So, big ibuprofen is going to be my final pick.
Your downfall. It's gonna take you out. I think one of my honorable mentions was like oh, you'll get it when you're old. You know, like having like those kind of like one
Oh
off
yeah,
like kind of
yeah,
little puns and stuff like that, you know, like oh, you'll get this when you're my age.
yeah.
Stuff like
One
that.
one of my honorable mentions is something I already do, and that's going to bed by 8 o'clock.
Early
Yep,
bedtimes, waking up
yep, yep,
early, waking up
yep.
early.
Love that was another one I had, and then weekday golf hangs. You know, like because when you're an old man, you just go golfing on a Tuesday, which I kind of already do that with disc golf, but ball golf on a weekday. But so to recap the list here, Ollie picked gardening. He picked having exact changed. He picked talking on the phone for hours, and he picked leaving a nice long voicemail. I picked breakfast with the boys. I picked closed captions, dinner at 5 p.m., and big ibuprofen. That's pretty fun. I
So we
like
just
that.
gotta go get some McDonald's breakfast early in the morning with gang, and that's basically the Kirby pack.
Yeah, like we're there. Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
pretty
kind of
close to mine, man. I'm about
yeah.
ready to start calling people for a few hours and calling it good.
Hey, real talk. All these sound like a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Like I'm down. Yeah.
Episode 73 coming to an end. A quote for some critics. The person that's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Giants, Evan Neal on critics. And shoot low, and see you next week. And we're back with the song.